hanging with you. Enjoy all the Victoria's Secret stuff you got. I'll catch you later, all right, man? All right.
Mr. Gray, I have a present for you.
Oh my God. I think I know what this is.
You know what it is?
I think I know what this is.
I would assume you, yep.
Yep. There it is.
It's the Lego Valkyrie AMR Pro.
That's pretty cool.
To go with their very own AMR Pro.
And the GT3 car, or the GTE car.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
You guys will have to build that whenever you're bored.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll take a picture of our actual car with this on the roof.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It is another beautiful sunny day here at Zadart Rentals in Bellevue, Washington. And today, Gray and I are taking out the two Italian duos. It's kind of silly we're doing this because, for one, I haven't had my Audi all winter. It's just been getting prepped for the Sheepy build that is coming along. And to update you guys on that, we are still waiting on Sheepy parts. It has been kind of frustrating, but once we have everything and the car build is underway, I will start rolling out all the videos from starting out with unboxing the entire kit in my driveway. But for now, since there's just older stuff left in the fleet, I thought let's get out the exotic itch. Dude, these look so good together.
Yeah, right.
Now, I'm really a Lambo man at heart, but I've had like very minimal experience, if any, in a 488. So I thought today's the day we just freaking feel it out, see my thoughts on it.
I'm gonna make you feel this thing out too, because
yeah. Gray seems to think that this car has so much more going for it than the regular Huracan or even the Huracan Performante. Just the fact that it's a rear-wheel drive Evo freaking makes it better than almost all of them. First stop on today's agenda is pulling into Porsche of Bellevue because we're gonna say hello to some of the fellows, because literally half of my friend group works here, fun fact, including Dustin. Hello, good sir.
how are you?
Where's your other work co-workers?
He's on lunch. He's upstairs.
Dang, he should come down.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Oh, you got a haircut.
Look at how cute these guys look with their little Porsche jackets. Everything. Woo! Bro, imagine just calling off work and then just hopping in the passenger seats.
Yeah. What are you renting out cars for? Because it's a nice ass day.
He hit me up and I was like, yeah, I was like, man, I haven't had a car on this level in a while. Adios. Well, have fun at the rest of your work day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This thing on startup is so freaking tame. I would never imagine that's got... Oh my God. Yeah, I would never imagine it's got all of that in it. This car does have downpipes, so you hear a lot of good turbo noises, and it's way louder than I could have expected when the valves open up. The thing about turbo supercars is that it's so nice to have the top down because the turbos are right behind your ears. And oh my God, they sound so good. Don't get me wrong, I am 458 all day over 488 just because of the NA sound output. But if you're a man of speed and you like turbo sounds, the 488 is the answer for you. So one of the fun things of renting two cars out with your buddy is that you basically get a 2-for-1 special. I'm now gonna hop in the Huracan Evo rear-wheel drive Spider. It's probably the longest name for this model, but the more things you add onto the name, the more you're getting with the car. Just bought a water bottle at the gas station, and funny thing about this Huracan is, yeah, that just does not fit whatsoever in there. Not really anywhere else to put it. I guess I could, yeah, I could shove it in there. That works. It's funny, the biggest struggle in flipping back and forth between a Ferrari and a Lamborghini is the same thing that you'd struggle with between flipping back and forth a right-hand drive and left-hand drive car, and that is the turn signals. On the 488 and 458, they are two buttons on opposite ends of the steering wheel. One is right and the other button is left turn signal. On the Huracan, it's this right here. I press this left and it puts a left one on, and I press right, and it goes right. So hopping in this Lambo, it's definitely been a little confusing trying to work out those kinks, especially because both sets of turn signals on Ferrari and Lamborghini is entirely different than any ordinary car, because most ordinary cars have a stock that basically hangs out, you know, behind it, like you guys are probably familiar with. That man is freaking gone. All right, waiting for the green. Now the thing is that this car is rear wheel drive, so I gotta be a little careful. Yeah, the fun part about a rear wheel drive Huracan over an all wheel drive one is that you can lose traction easily. So you gotta know what you're doing. I've noticed that I'm a little too tall for these thin Lambos. This is me sitting up in a convertible Lamborghini. Yeah, I kind of need to slouch down to here in order for it to work. You just gotta put a hood up, and then my hair isn't flopping around everywhere, and I'm actually not freezing to death in the cold Washington temperatures. For having the same motor as my V10 R8, this thing is so much quicker stock. The fact that this thing just breaks traction that quickly makes everything feel way more intense, on top of the fact that it's got way shorter gear ratios. They took them from the Performante and applied them to the Evo, so this thing definitely puts the power down a lot quicker than any R8 V10. I don't know why they did this for the Evo, because I know that they had this down in the regular 610 and older Huracans, but for some reason, the volume button, the only volume button, is a button that you press on the touch screen, and you have to manually basically tap it with your finger. There's no button on the steering wheel, there's no scroll anywhere. That's the worst thing ever. That's literally like more distracting than anything else could be. That could literally lead to an accident. You just trying to fidget and like tap with your finger to try and figure out your music volume while you're driving, whereas if there was a simple dial that you just crank, or just something on the steering wheel, like that is so much more pleasurable for me, especially because when I'm listening to EDM, I like to just crank that all the way up right when the song drops. Man, Lamborghini has got it down with this car. I'm gonna put the camera down, enjoy the back road driving, because I need two hands. Final thoughts of the day. Evo feels quicker to me. It just freaking breaks those rear tires like so much easier than this car does. That thing's definitely a lot more firm. It feels just a little more race car to me. So if I were to go home with a car, I'd probably go home with the Huracan just because I'm a Lambo boy deep down. But there are definitely a bunch of little things that I like about the Ferrari that surprise me. Especially, I like the turn signals, the way they're oriented on the steering wheel on this car more. And I also like the fact that it actually has a volume knob, and the turbo noise is very cool. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. Today, we are saying goodbye to the Camaro ZL1. However, it is not a forever goodbye, and that is because the car is getting shipped straight to Texas, all the way to Hennessy Performance. So yeah, I might have baited you guys a little bit there. However, the car is getting sent far, far away. I've never shipped a car this far across the country before. It's going all the way to basically Houston. That's where Hennessy is located. And that is what we are in fact doing to add some power to this thing. This is a first for me, and honestly, I kind of think this is a first for YouTube. I've never really seen a YouTuber take their muscle car, any car, to a really established tuner like Hennessy, Lingenfelter, any of those, and really document that experience on that company, building up that car, and what it's like to own that car once they get that package added on. And that is exactly why I've chosen to do this to the ZL1. It's definitely the closest car I have to a good drag racing car, besides the fact that it's got a rear wing back there. It was also one of the best track cars I have, and with adding more significant power to it, we're gonna see later down the line if it still is a good track car. But just like that, transport is here. We got to get this thing loaded up. Luckily, this should be an easy process because it's not lowered or anything.
Where's this one going to?
It's going to Hennessy Performance in
really?
Texas. Yeah.
Dang.
It's gonna be like my last time cold starting it here, pretty much stock in my house.
Damn, that's impressive. Dude, the crazy thing about these things is that, like, they're no Lambos, but they have these skinniest window lines.
Yeah, I remember Camaros are not my favorite. Every time I load it up, I'm like, gotta get skinny.
Yeah. So where's your, like, station that usually you'd bring this to?
It's in Auburn.
You're like the scout. You take the local.
Yeah, I do the hard part for them so they can load up in one spot and just take off. It works for them, and, you know, I get to go home every day and still see cool cars.
And just like that, she is gone.
Shout out to Gas Motorsports. They are the ones that I use for shipping. They transported the Harlequin R8 down to LA for Gold Rush Rally, and now they are transporting the ZL1 all the way to Houston, Texas. Anywhere within the country, they got me covered. So if you guys are ever interested in fancy enclosed transport, hit up Gas Motorsports.
This one really feels like they took my car too soon. Like, I can't comprehend that. The car's already gone, and when it comes back, it will not come back the same. Now, I did plan all this Hennessy stuff out at the end of summer, so I've known a while ahead of time that this was gonna happen, and I specifically scheduled this all to happen this time period, January to February. So I don't know how long the car is gonna be gone for. I estimate about a month or two, but the deadline is early March. I don't know how much content documentation I'll be able to have on the build process of this one, but I do know that as soon as it's done, I will be booking a flight way over to Texas, and I'll be picking up the car there and having my first initial reactions, and I'll be touring the shop, and I'll showcase you guys all of that. So I hope you guys click the subscribe button. I hope you guys don't forget about me, because this year, JackUltraMotive is going big power. We're going bigger, stronger than ever. I gotta thank you guys. None of this would be possible if it weren't for you guys watching all of these videos, because soon I will have a stage 1 Sheepy R8 parked next to what will be my 1,000 horsepower Hennessy Exorcist. And on that note, this is gonna be JackUltraMotive signing this vlog off. God, I don't know where you are.
Alright, bro. See you next time. Catch you on the flip side.